to the SupaTea Podcast Show. So, um, podcasts started out initially like talk radio. They weren't like talk shows until recent, you know. Um, little back in the day, not too far back now, not too far back. Little back in the day, in order to actually like do videos, you needed to have a lot of equipment. You need to have lights, you need to have certain cameras, you need to have all of that. Now we have these phones and you could just do a video with your phone. So it makes life different. So I get it. I get the evolution of podcasting. But this particular podcast, you're not going to get my face because let me tell you, baby. Sister girl was outside yesterday. I'm still celebrating my Bday. My legs are sore as I don't know what. I just finished eating the last bit of my collard greens. I got a mask on my face. And y'all seen me with a mask on before, but I don't feel like showing my face. So I'm not going to show my face. But I just had an interaction with an older gentleman. I don't even know if I should call him a gentleman because he sure enough got very vulgar towards me because I asked to see his picture. Listen, let me clear up some things here. I shared a post a couple weeks ago letting people know that I'm off the market. And what I meant by that specifically is that I had no interest in, but in the one person that I have interest in a certain space and area. And I noticed that there were people, more people than I was even aware of, that was, you know, eh, chiming into my podcast. Shoot, I was under the impression that the 500 subscribers was all over the goddamn world, and I'm pretty sure that they are. But I didn't know that there were people that were closer, more closer in contact with me, even paying me any goddamn on mine when they wasn't in my face because just people be giving me mixed energies. One moment they cool with me, the next minute they on some different type of time, and I'm like, shh, I don't got time for that. Look, this is where I go to school at, and I'm gonna just be me. I'm learning how to deal with corporate America because that's how I see school. I see school as corporate, especially all of the different interactions I've had thus far. I make remarks about somebody. I give people code names, because it is what it is. And y'all ain't gonna sue me. And it ain't about them. It's about my interactions. This is what this platform is for. This is my platform to talk about my interactions, to talk about my perceptions. And sometimes I get on metaphysics. Sometimes I dive into spirituality. Sometimes I dive into politics. I dive into various subjects because these are the things that are interesting to me. But I always come back to the center, which is authenticity. This is me. I'm not looking to be like nobody else. I'm not looking for anybody's approval. I'm not looking for any of that at all. I love who I am. So again, I want to clarify some things. I ain't gonna go too much into my corporate interactions because I don't gotta interact with people there um, for a little bit. But what I am gonna say is that even though I am not interested because it's a whole campus full of students and students of different ages, and you know definitely I was never interested in any younger fellow students, but I wanted to be clear that I'm not interested in any older students either. Like that's not what I'm there for. That's not what I'm there for. So I wanted to be clear so that if there was anybody who had possibly had a crush on me, to let them know, oh, I'm not available. Okay. Now, the person that I do have interest in that is completely, oh gosh, it's completely my goddamn business. Okay. They know They know. They know. And nobody else needs to fucking know. Okay, and that's just what the fuck it is. Okay, now I'm also nosy. I'm nosy, and I'm gonna be a little bit more vulgar here. I know people sense that strong personality of mine's. And again, in a corporate setting, I'm not going to be using vulgarity and profanity and things of that sort, but I'm also not going to tone down my energy. And again, I don't have to speak and use profanity to get a point across, especially in a corporate setting. However, in the comfort of my home, on the comfort of my bed, and the freedom of speech on my platform, I am going to speak however feels proper to me and right, not even proper, whatever feels right for me, because this is my platform, this is my voice, and I really, again, don't care how people perceive it. I'm not here looking to put on nothing for nobody. This is me. So when I am talking about love and joy and happiness, that is how I am feeling. And when I am using a little bit of vulgarity or profanity, that is how I am feeling. It's called balance, people. Balance, balance. And I just put a post on Facebook because I said this has been my interactions the last decade. Because I go into the ethereal sciences and metaphysics and epigenetics and all of these terminologies that the common person is probably not familiar with unless they are actually studying it in school. But these are things that I studied independently because they caught my interest and they felt good in my spirit for me to learn more about, and it made sense to me. It was familiar to me for whatever reasons. And so, of course there's guys there that are single, but to try to interact with them, they're like always in the metaphysical conversation, like everything. Now, if we're talking about metaphysics, we're talking about spirituality, or we're even talking about finding a solution to something, then perhaps let's go dive deeper. But if I just want to have a conversation about like how your day is, or you ask me how my day was, we don't have to necessarily be like, well, the North Star is positioned in the constellation of Libra right now. So I could imagine that your day was very Libra-ish. And of course, I'm being sarcastic, but that's how they would speak. That's how they would speak. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's fun for a moment, but again, balance. I can't be like, oh man, you know, um, they got a new bodega, something, again, I'm just breaking it down for clarity because I feel like people need some clarity because I'm not always interested in surface things, because I do like to dive deep, but not to the depths of where it seems detached from reality. I'm very aware that we create our reality. I'm very aware that people are having different experiences. I'm very aware that we are able to co-create our own experience. I'm aware of those things. And sometimes when I share those things with people, they're like, what the fuck is you talking about? Jesus didn't say that. Jesus did not say that. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna be quiet. I am just going to be quiet. So again, clarity, 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 clarity. So yes, I'm not available in certain spaces. Okay, but I am available in other spaces. And these other spaces, like I had a ball yesterday. I went to the Schomburg Museum and had a ball yesterday. Okay, and I networked and I connected and I even shook a tail feather. Okay, and had a good, good, good time. good time. Oh, I had a good time. It literally felt like the continuation and celebration of my born day because my born day was May 7th. So now May 8th, I'm turning it up in Harlem of all I love me some Harlem. You don't even understand how much I love me some Harlem. I love me some Harlem. So I had a good time. And so what I've decided to do, I'm gonna be fully transparent. Listen, I am not engaged to be married as far as I know of, Um, and having mutual interest does not mean that I'm not going to be dating because yeah, I'm going to be dating. I know what I need for me. I know what I want for me. So yes, there's a phenomenal person that caught my interest, and that is what it is. That ain't nobody's business. I'm just saying that's the perspective of where I am at. And therefore I'm still dating though. I'm just not dating in certain areas. So when I say I'm off the market, that means because at one point in time I was just open. I was like, oh, there's no reason for me to say that the person for me I'm not going to meet here because I may meet them there, especially if this is a place that I'm spending a lot of my time in. Maybe I should be aware. But the more I paid attention to that particular space, I recognized, no, that's not going to happen there. So let me start interacting more so out in my community, start going out and doing more things, who knows? Perhaps I'll meet somebody there. And I even said, you know what? Because I am so confident in who I am as a person, I'm even going to try this internet thing again. Because I'm clear. I'm not going to be worried about, oh, if I say this, they may take it the wrong way. Or if I say that, they may look at me different. I'm just going to say how I feel. And if you vibe with it, you vibe with it. If you don't, you don't. So I had a particular interaction this morning, which is prompting this video with a gentleman. I don't remember, but the way my spirit is telling me right now, I was being nosy. I was being nosy. I saw that me and the individual had mutual friends, and I don't know whether I went and liked something on this person's page or what they noticed, but I know this person, which was a mutual friend. I believe this person was a mutual friend. And I'm laughing because this mutual friend just cussed me out. But I believe that is how. And I could be wrong because, again, I don't remember. This was something I did in March. Something I did in March. What I do know, and I know this because there was a record of the conversation. And according to the record of the conversation, the mutual friend inboxed me, on some metaphysical um, tone. And it was like, synchronized blessings, beloved. And I went onto their page, and on their page, they're like, oh, the woman is God, and the woman is this, and the woman is that. I was like, I know y'all like, what is so funny? This is what's so funny because this person that was saying the woman is God and the woman is this and seemed as if they were aware of like just the authenticity of a woman. Like they seem like they were out of the, well, I'm a man and you came from my rib, so I tell you what to do. You don't tell me what to do. I don't care if I came out of a womb. They seem like they were out of that mentality. Some of that mentality is still around. A lot of it is around, okay? Um, there's a term for it. I don't even know what it is. What is it? Misogynist? I believe that's the word. But it might not be. Don't quote me. But you know what I'm talking about. When the men feel like they promote this. They promote this inside of our churches. The man is the head of the household, and the woman is comes from his rib, and she's just there to support him, and yada 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 yada. And it really caused separation amongst men and women because I feel like nature shows you best who's who and what's what. And of course, you may have come up in different households, you may have come up in different times, but nonetheless, if you are true to your nature, you really don't need somebody to tell you who's who and what's what, because you will be able to naturally interact with the person you're interacting with. And if it doesn't sync up, if you guys are not on that wavelength of accord, then that ain't the person for you to be interacting with, or at least the level of interaction may be limited, you know so anyway, let's get back to this to Grandpa that was in my goddamn on DMs. Okay, Grandpa gonna come in my DMs in March. Speak that metaphysical lingo with me. Okay, I'm gonna speak it back. I know that language. I may not know other languages, but I know the language of energy. Okay, that's why I be like, yes, yes. I don't know what the hell you just said, but yes. Sorry, that's a sidebar that just came out right now. So anyway, back to Grandpa and my goddamn on DMs March. Okay, I talked to metaphysical. Okay, advisor. Whatever. I was treating him with respect because at that point in time I was conscious of who he was. So now he gonna send me a message 6 o'clock this morning, May 9th, right? The last time he sent me a message was March 18th. That was it. I responded back. That was the end of the conversation. Now you send me a message saying basically the same exact thing you said, March. So now I'm not looking at you in the light of, oh, you are a mutual friend on social media, and I wanna be proper. I don't care. Like, listen, 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 listen. I don't care. Okay, what your opinion is, because the person that we were mutual, because me and Grandpa ain't mutual friends no more. Or Grandpa is not a mutual friend. Grandpa cussed me all the way out. Like, he called me a bitch and everything. I was like, what? I'm gonna get into why matter of fact, I made a whole post about Grandpa, and I'm gonna put it up here. And I get this is why some people are feel a little fearful, or not even fearful. Fearful is the wrong word. They feel a little leery about being completely open and transparent because they like, oh, she be on one. And it don't be like I be on one. This is the whole thing. I don't come to bother nobody. I be minding my business. La 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 la. Laughing, living, peaceful, working on myself. And I don't look for to bother people. Yes, I am actively sort of dating, like I only went on one date this fucking year. So I don't even know if me saying that I'm dating is the accurate description of what I'm doing. But I know I'm open and receptive to create a sacred union, and a union is more than one motherfucking person. So even though I'm happy and I'm lovely and I'm beautiful and all these wonderful things, and I'm working on myself and I'm focused on myself and yada yada yada, I still would like to share my time and with a person who is on a similar wavelength, where I could just be me, they could just be them, and we just get along. And it's not like it is hard. It's easy because it's natural. Golly, Jesus McCreecious. But I gotta put a but in there. The challenge is 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 aligning with an individual that is really similar, and when I say similar, I mean like, okay, they're aware of metaphysics, they're spiritual, they're intelligent. There's various subjects that catch their interest, so we can speak about these various subjects, so we can also talk about surface things too, you know what I mean? And we can also relate a bit because of possibly similar upbringings, um, and I'm gonna just come out and say, because I still the environment around me, although I am positively influencing, it is still a concentration of black folks, African Americans, whatever you want to call them, brown motherfuckers that have been oppressed and who have been abused and who have been subjected to the different psychological warfare, food warfare. Like, there has been war against us on so many different levels, which is um, what propelled me to look into things deeper, because I'm like, I'm going to get to the core of this. And people are not aware. I had a conversation with a sister yesterday. She's like, I don't understand. Somebody close to her lost their child overdosed. And she was like, I don't understand why these young people are doing drugs. And I had to break it down to her because I know me and her are like in the same age group. So when we were growing up, they was saying crack is whack. Okay. But I paid attention. So that was a program that went into us. Say no, say no, say no, say no. That was a good program. Okay. That's a program that I held on to. But I noticed when the culture changed and when the songs and the music changed, and then the songs and the music, they be talking about popping pills and popping mollies. Like, none of that stuff was ever attracted to me because it was already programmed into my mind that drugs are bad for me. So no, there was never an ounce of curiosity. And not only was it programmed in my mind that drugs were bad for me, I could see from looking out my daggone window and knocking on people's doors in my little Jehovah Witness days. I never baptized into it, so I was not officially a Jehovah Witness, but I could see the effects of it. And when I saw the effects of the people, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good suggestion that shit is wrong, because look, they tried it and look at them. They fucked up. So I was like, yep, nope, I'm good. It's wrong. It's bad. I could see with my eyes that it's bad. I'm being told that it's bad, but then it changed. It changed, and then they changed the drugs. So now they were promoting in these songs, Papa Molly, Papa Wally, Papa whatever the fuck they telling these kids to pop in the damn music and shit, and they just dancing, not realizing they getting programmed. What you listening to is going into your mind. What you listening to is going into your subconscious. So you think you just dancing to the beat? Listen to the motherfucking lyrics. That's why the lyrics they got so mumbo jumbo where you can't even make out what they're saying, but they still saying something, and the energy behind what they saying. It's not a freaking coincidence that everybody got these damn eyelashes on, and everybody want a fake butt, and everybody want to look similar to everybody. That is what they are promoting. That is the programming. You hear me? That is the programming that are going into these young people's minds, and even into the older people's minds too, that ain't aware that this is not just entertainment. This is programming. So if you want to come to the solution of something, you need to see where the programming is coming from, what is the program, and who agenda does it fulfill. Is it making you healthier and happier, or is it making somebody else richer? I'm going to say that again. Is it making you healthier and happier, or is it making somebody else richer? I got to say it one more time. Is it making you healthier and happier, or is it making somebody else richer? Okay, so that is the challenges that I have, because to have that wealth of knowledge, and not really be able to have meaningful conversations, it's like, oh, okay, okay, and I'm not saying not at all. Yes, I can have those meaningful conversations. Like yesterday, I was able to have meaningful conversations like that. I was able to speak about art. I was able to talk about our history, and oh my god, I was able to dance in the same places that Maya Angelou danced with Baraka's father. I thought it was Baraka's brother, but with Baraka's father. the governor, the governor Baraka's father. I was able to dance in those same spaces and places, and have a good time and celebrate life and celebrate our culture and celebrate our greatness. And it was phenomenal. So I'm going to get back to Grandpa, and I'm going to share the video that I put on Facebook because Grandpa came at me. You came at me, and if anybody comes at me, listen, what you put out is what you gonna get back. Okay? Period. Because I'm not looking to bother nobody. And for me, it has to be a balance. I am going to be me. I'm not going, and I get it in certain spaces. Okay, there's uniforms, and sometimes I don't comply with the uniform. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I could get creative, and I can still be complying with the uniform. But you can't come in. I'm gonna not go there. I'm gonna not go there. I'm not go there because I've already expressed myself about the sweatsuit situation, and I felt like I needed to retaliate. And so I did. And that ain't nobody goddamn business, okay? That ain't nobody goddamn business. This is what it is, okay? That ain't none of y'all goddamn go business. But back to Grandpa and my what you call it. I know Grandpa is probably like, oh no, she one of them bossy. Grandpa gonna call me a bossy bitch. Yeah, Grandpa called me a bossy bitch because Grandpa came with that metaphysical lingo, synchronized energies of the day. And I was like, oh, thank you. Right back at you. But I'm coming from my vibration, sir. This is where I'm at. I'm feeling very grounded, very balanced, very grateful, very much comfortable speaking and communicating freely. I'm in the comfort of my own personal space. It is comfortable. It is amazing. I just finished eating some of my good old collard greens, eating my favorite meat. I'm on here chit chatting with different brothers in this daggone app, on this daggone social media and stuff, and Grandpa just happened to be one of the people that slid into my inbox, and I was like, okay, well, yes, divine energy back at you. He's like, divine love, and I'm like, well, yes, joy. Like let's use these positive words. I like it. I love it. Come on, let's keep it at. But while we at it, I would like to see who I'm speaking to. So can I see a picture of you? I went on the page and looked for one before I asked for it. So was it like I was demanding a god dang on thing? I put in my own due diligence. What's who I'm talking to? Because this person in the profile picture, I can't even see their face. Let me go onto their page and see what they look like. They ain't got no pictures up there of themselves. So I asked a simple question. Can you send me a picture of you so I can see what you look like? And then I was like, shoot, let me snap a picture. I ain't going to ask for something that I ain't going to give you. And I was going to snap a picture of myself, and I realized, oh, you still got turmeric soap on your face. Why don't you just share a picture from yesterday? So that's what I did. This is me. I shared a picture from yesterday. And he gonna send me a whole bunch of old pictures with shades on. I can't see your face with shades on, sir. So I'm like, can I see your eyes? I just asked the question. Can I see your eyes? He gonna send me a picture from 2011. I said 2011? We at 2025. Like, sir, that was 15 years. It was 15, 14 years ago. And my mathing. I didn't say it was 14 years ago. I just put 2011 question mark dot dot dot. We are in 2025. He gonna respond back to me. Those are not shades. Those are prescription glasses. I know they are, Grandpa. I know they is. I know they is. I was just, they darkened. Why they darkened on the inside, I don't know, because you ain't even outside. But maybe when they flashed the camera, it got dark. I don't know. I don't know shit about glasses. I ain't gonna act like I do. But I didn't say that to him, okay? Because before I could say anything to him, I he cussed me out. He was like, I don't need you to advise me on what year it is, because if you knew anything, you would know 2025 is the Caucasian calendar, sir. We not talking about the Gregorian calendar, okay? It ain't Caucasian, it's Gregorian, okay? Yes, Gregorian probably was a European, but whatever, grandpapa, we ain't talking about that, okay? We talking about what you look like right now, sir. I'm just asking to see what you look like right now, sir. That's all I'm asking. It's a question. Oh, you demanding me, you dictator bitch. Oh, he went off. Y'all don't believe me? I'ma post it. Because one thing you not gonna do is try to twist up the story and make it seem like I demanded shit from you. Yes, I have a strong personality. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's going to take a strong person to interact with me, because a weak person is going to always be offended by my strength, whether I'm speaking or not. They are offended by my presence. They are offended that my head is up and my head ain't down. They are offended for no freaking reason. Okay, I don't have nothing to do with it, because they have been stifling themselves and they have allowed other people to stifle them. And I ain't walking around stifled, I'm walking around free. Okay, I got respect for spaces and places, but I'ma be me. And if a space or place is asking me to stifle myself, I am leaving. I'm exiting. I'm leaving. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. How we gonna preach freedom and then preach bondage? And how a person, this is why I was laughing, how this man talking about the woman is God, but then if a woman asks him a question, she's all of a sudden a demanding dictator bitch. Wait a minute. Wait a but which one is it, sir? Is the woman God, or is the woman a dictating bitch because she asked to see what you look like? Get up out of here, sir. Get up out of here. Get. He already excused himself. He already excused himself. But I'm gonna post the whole conversation on here. And I know, again, it makes people feel uncomfortable because they're like, oh, I can't have a conversation with her because she may get in her feelings and post it. No, 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 no. It's not the same. First of all, I don't know who that person was. We don't have no rapport with each other. I don't have no nothing. The only thing possibly is that we have mutual connections. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't have any interest in him in no other way, no other reason. There was communications, between us. So for if you know me, or if you're getting to know me by observing from a safe distance, I hold so much. There is so much that I hold. And people come, people always are telling me things all the freaking time. So I get it. You understand your Larryism and whatever. Larryism is probably not even a word. I get it, because I have my questions too. Like I have my questions too. I don't just trust any and everybody. But yeah, I am a safe space, and the only time will show that. But I'm not a safe space for shenanigans and bullshit. Okay. I just gotta say that. If you coming at me with shenanigans, yeah, your shenanigans are gonna get exposed. And I'm not talking about, shenanigans come in all different levels. If you just coming to come at me and try to put a sister down, then I'm gonna let you know. Then I ain't standing down. Now, if you wanna, it's the language is so interesting. So we just gonna go with energy, okay? Have a good day. Find some balance. I am balanced, okay? I came from Marcy. I have lived in various hoods, and my residence, see, is in a hood right now, okay? So therefore, I am a strong woman, and the fact that I ain't gonna go too much further, but I'm gonna just say I'm strong. And it's gonna take the equilibrium of a strong person. So they're not threatened by my me being articulate. They're not threatened by me being intelligent. They're not threatened by me having a mind of my own. Matter of fact, they like it. They like that somebody can't just come and tell me some sweet nothings on any level. You can't come at me from a metaphysical level, and you can't come at me from just a physical level. Like, hey, let me take you here. Let me take you there. Like, what we talking about? Let's have a conversation first. You know what I mean? And if we can't just have a regular conversation, we ain't on the same wavelength, and it don't make no sense to go any further. Now, what I will say is that has brought me a lot of time alone. It's the truth. And yesterday I was particularly feeling it while I was commuting, and I was like, dang, all my legs are sore from dancing. But I was like, but I'll be in before I know it, and I'll be relaxed, and I will, you know, I'll be in my own space. So yes, it would be nice to have a regular cutler who met all of these um standards I have, because they're not superficial standards. They're more in-depth standards. But I'm patient for that. I feel the more people who show me they are not that, the closer the person who is that is getting to me. So I'm just optimistic, and I'm just ready to say when that person shows up to be like, yes. Huh? What'd you say? Yes. Mm. What'd you? Yep. You? Yes. Yep. What do you want me to do? Yep. Wait, hold up. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, okay. Other people don't expect that. Don't expect that. Don't expect just because you are a male that you gonna ask me something and I ain't gonna ask you, because see, don't think I haven't asked or observed my daggone self. So if I'm saying yes, it's because I want to say it. It ain't because you convinced me to say it, okay? It's because I want to say it's because I've been paying attention, I've been observing, and I have decided that I'm going to say yes. But just somebody randomly coming that's like, oh, I'm interested to get to know you. Oh, okay, well, um, hi. I'm such and such. Who are you? Oh, you're such and such? Okay. Well, what are some things you like to do? You know? Oh, okay. Well, these are some things I like to do. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see how this goes, And the moment, the moment, the moment, the moment the moment they get verbally aggressive with me for no reason, like, of course they have a reason for it, but if they are offended by me being articulate, by me asking something, if I want to know something, I am going to ask a question. If I feel a way, I'm going to express myself. That is who I am. And if it's too much, then I am not the person that you want to get to know any better. You know enough. You know that I'm strong. You know I got a mind of my own. You know if I want something, I'm gonna ask for it. If I want to know something, I'm gonna ask about it. If I have a question, I'm going to voice it. If I have a concern, I'm going to speak on it. If I'm seeing things and they don't look right, I'm gonna say something about it. And that ain't cuckoo for cocoa puffs, baby. That's wisdom. Because not to get a little bit off of the topic, I was interacting with these people, and to me, they're like family. You know what I mean? And I saw another individual who they was a little iffy. They was acting a little funny. They was putting a lot of energy towards something that didn't seem of high importance. And I was like, what's that about? What the fuck is that about? And it was about some money. And then they was like, oh, she tripping, she just bugging, she just tripping, she just bugging. But then somebody came to me and tell me that the money ain't right. So how I'm tripping and bugging? Because you've been dealing with this money shit before I came along. And now you want to blame somebody else that ain't around no more. Yeah, no. It was you. It was you. You had something to do with this shit. This shit is short. I'm looking at you. You won't blame that girl? Mm-mm. I'm looking at you. I see who you is. We see who you is. But you gonna be dealt with accordingly. But you not hiding. You not hiding. You not taking advantage. We see you, sir. We see you. You ain't slick. And I was not bugging. I was correct on your intentions. So go ahead and check yourself and get yourself together. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself. That's the lyrics I'm used to listening to. So the programming once more is different. And yeah, that's how we gonna fix things. That's how we gonna fix things, people. We gotta be conscious and not just let a beat move us, but listen to the words and reject the words that are going against what's good for you. Shit, it ain't good to pop mollies. It ain't good to do drugs. None of that stuff is good. So if they are promoting that stuff, which they are in the music, you need to not listen to that music. You need to be like, I don't want to hear that. And they will adjust themselves. I've seen the music change. I've seen the music change. I've seen positive songs come out, and those positive songs do much better than them other songs. So, it's really, the power is literally within us individually. What we're going to accept, what we're going to reject. And I'm rejecting the nonsense. They'll come at me with it, but I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it on here just so you know how this person embarrassed they freaking self. So, cause I know they gonna come and say I was being bossy, cause I was being articulate. No, I got the proof, sir. Where the bossiness at? You cussed at me. You showing who you are. So you showing your true colors that you full of shit. And people probably already know you full of shit. But when you older, and because we were raised to respect our elders, older motherfuckers think that they could come with their shit because they older. Well, I'm 95, so it don't matter if I'm full of shit, bitch. What? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just because you 95 don't mean that you can put your shit over here on me, motherfucker. You better get your shit together. Get your shit together. Being 95 don't mean that your shit is together. It just means you've been on the planet. And being on the planet doesn't automatically give you respect. You have to still earn it. You still have to work on yourself. You don't stop working on yourself once you hit a certain age. Oh, I'm 70 now. I don't need to improve no more. No, I'm improving at 42. I'm improving at 52. I'm improving at 72. I'm still going to be improving at 102. And if I'm on here any longer, 202, I'm still improving. Yeah, I said 202. Oh, she crazy. What's she talking about? 202. But it ain't crazy when you get into that Bible and it be like Moses and Methuselah lived to fucking almost 1,000 years old. Now you want to justify it. Well, the years were calculated different then. A year then was not 365. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're mad because I know some of what I'm talking about. You're mad at me because you don't know what the hell I'm saying. If you don't know, then do some motherfucking research, motherfucker. Do some research if you don't know. What's the metaphysics? What's that? What's epigenetics? What the fuck? What is that? What is that? What is she talking about? What is she saying? Why she ain't talking about going to the club and getting her nails done all the time? What she talking about? Why she ain't talking about the unk all the time? What she talking about? Life is good, and 40s is fun. Oh my God, 40s is fun. I just have to say, 40s is fun. While I was traveling with my sore legs yesterday, right? You know, I be noticing everything. If y'all don't know, I do. I do. I notice everything. I see you. I might not look directly at you, but I seen it out of my peripherals, okay? So, brother driving the bus, get off. He got on this shiny ass bling. I don't know if it was real bling, but it was shiny and it was fancy. And I was like, look at this motherfucker with his old fancy belt buckle and shit. Got caught an attitude because it took too long in this daggone break. And I told you my legs was hurting. So when I was going to tease him when I seen him come back, like, give me that daggone belt buckle. But I had attitude, so I was like, thought you was leaving at 10:30, not 10:34. And guess what? Guess what? What strong men do when a woman is just being a freaking woman. They don't cuss her out. He didn't cuss me out. He didn't say, what you talking about, bitch? I leave whenever the fuck I want to leave. He didn't say nothing. He was like, he just laughed. Have a seat. uh, and that's what the fuck I did. I had a seat. And the closer I got to the house, the more I started doing my little happy dance. I be doing happy dances. My shoulders started doing low. Like, oh shit, buddy. We about to be inside. And so I got to my stop. And I always tell them thank you because I do appreciate our public transit. I appreciate everybody that works for the public. I really, really do. Like, it's not easy dealing with the public, man. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. Oh, I'm so happy I get to stay in the house today. I want to put on some music right now. Like, hold up, what time is it? Let me drink some more water. Cause Carlo, Rosé, Cabernet Sauvignon, I know it ain't the expensive stuff, but it do just what it do. Shoot. Let's get the party started right now. No, I do need to do some other stuff before. I think I really don't have to. I really don't have to. But anyway, back to the bus driver. Now because my mood was different, I was like, instead of me just saying thank you, I'ma tease him about that daggone belt buckle. So I was like, I want one of them belt buckles. He was like, sure. And I laughed and thanked him and went about my business. So listen, I am so happy to interact with actual strong men. They are out there. Yes, y'all are. Yes, y'all are. Yes, y'all is. And and we feel it as a woman. We feel it. We feel the difference. We know the difference. So you can't hide behind words. You can't hide behind anything. A woman that is in tune with herself is going to feel you even before you say a word. Okay, so just know that and be aware of that. But men who know, they know this already, and they ain't being offensive. But I'm putting Grandpapa on blast. I don't care who he is, what he do. He about to be put on blast here on the SupaTea Podcast Show. His name will show because I'm putting him on blast because he decided to come at me. He decided to be offensive, and I know he's probably going and talking shit about me, but his business is about to be out there because nobody told him to bother me. Thank you for tuning into the Super T Podcast Show. And remember, it's still my birthday week. I know nobody really, whatever. See, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm going to still put the links in there. Buy my ebook. Show some birthday love on my other link. The links are in the bio. Have a good Friday, y'all.